Okay, so recently I've been on holiday, I've been relaxing, chilling, as the swimming season is now over. My home club doesn't train in August as well, so that's very nice. And this is because I just did my first English nationals back in the first week of August. So I qualified for all three of my breaststroke events, so 50, 100, and 200. And I was looking to make the finals in at least some of them. So turns out I did. I made two of the finals, made the 100 breaststroke final and the 200 breaststroke final, which obviously I was very happy with. I don't think I've ever done really well in a major event in the 200 breast. So finally I kind of made some progress on that. So I'm going to go over the swims and then, yeah, that's it for this season. It's all done. Okay, so this is my 200 breaststroke final, which, as I mentioned, I don't have the best history with. Mostly, well, no, I have no history because I never made the final for 200 breaststroke. For the last few years, it's been kind of a race in particular that I've struggled with pace work and having the confidence to kind of go out quick enough. So lots of the time, short course and long, I just go out a lot slower than my 100 PB, which obviously you want to be partly slower, but I go out way too slow. But again, I worked on it, got a bit better short course season at my race technique. And in the heat before this, I'd done 2 second PB from 220. 1 second PB from 227 to 226. So I was feeling good going in. So for some reason, I thought I was ahead on this first 50. I'm not sure why. So I slowed down a little bit at the end, which meant I was actually a lot slower than I should have been. So my race technique still definitely does need some work. And yeah, you can see me in kind of one of the far lanes where I was kind of cruising, but my stroke felt a lot more powerful, which normally it doesn't. So that's definitely a good thing. And yeah, I start coming back a little bit here, but I still should be a bit further forwards in terms of time because my 100 times are 105. So I would have liked to touch under 110, but I come in there at about 111-ish, so pretty slow. But the good thing is, I remember in this race, at this point, I'm still feeling strong. You know, I can see who's in front of me, and I'm starting to think, okay, keep the stroke rate long, or keep the stroke long, and then just pick up the stroke rate slowly. So coming into this wall, still feeling good, which is, again, just a massive difference for me because normally by this point of a race, I'm absolutely out. Like I've gassed out, I've got nothing left, and I'm just in trouble. But here, I get a pretty big underwater work for me, and then I start sprinting basically because I realise, I've got more to go. So the fact that I do have more to go is still a race technique issue to an extent, but at least it meant that I was able to come home fast. Obviously not as fast as some of these other guys, but fast enough to get a 2:24, which you'll see in a second, which for me meant I PB by 3 seconds overall in the whole day. So I was very happy with that. Okay, so the next race is the 100 breaststroke, which was actually a day before this and is also a final as well. So going into this one, obviously I didn't already know, like in the 200 breaststroke, I knew I was swimming well from the 100. But going into this, I had swum a fairly slow time to qualify. So I wasn't too confident going into it. And I'm pretty sure that I got 0.1 or 0.0, like 100th of a second or a couple hundredths of a second off my PB in this, which is obviously a good swim. Obviously, I would have liked a PB, but it was my first swim or my second swim in the finals. And, my dive there did not look good. I had not realised that. But so I come up here down in one of the inside lanes, quite a bit behind everyone actually, which in the 100 is obviously very bad. So I'm not really sure what's happened there. Have to work on my dive next season. But again, stroke rate is probably okay here. It's looking similar to everyone else. And then, so I think I'm out in about 30 to 31, probably high 30s. And then I come back really well, which normally I go out fast and then come back a bit slower. But here I've got quite a lot left in my tank because I went out, high 30, which is obviously pretty slow. So yeah, slowly gaining ground. Obviously, it's a little too late. But yeah, a good swim for me, 105.5 mark. So yeah, I was happy with this one as well. So, at this point, I'd already swam the 100 and the 200 and made finals in both, which, as you'll see later, was one of my big goals this year, to reach Open National finals. To qualify for Open Nationals. So this is already a big deal for me. I was very happy. So going into the 50, I was quite relaxed, I wasn't stressing too much, which maybe in hindsight I was too relaxed. I'm not really sure. I also don't really think it helped that there was no one in the lane next to me. The fastest swimmer was just not there, so I didn't really have anyone. It's not that I didn't have anyone to race against, because obviously I didn't win the heat, but it's more that it was more difficult to normally I get pushed on when I can see someone right next to me who's obviously in front of me. So without that, it's a bit trickier for me. So my dive, obviously very important on my 50. It seems okay there, not as quick as some, but, good enough for me. And then here, stroke rate's obviously fast. I'm just not sure. Maybe I just wasn't quite holding the stroke for long enough and started slipping the water in this last 5 meters, which obviously is not good in a 50 and probably cost me a final. But again, I'd already had a pretty good competition, so I was happy enough with my swims. And as you can see here, this is my little yearly goals. And yeah, one of them there was reach Open Nationals, which obviously I managed. So yeah, I was very happy with that. And then, now I'm just relaxing and hopefully looking forward to my next season at Nova for year 2 of uni.